What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Blazin Takes podcast, your source for all hot takes, mixed with some sports analysis too, of course. I'm your host, Nick Dieringer, and this is my co-host, Nick Braun. We upload an episode every single week, usually on Thursdays, but you can count on us every single week being on your screen. You can watch us on YouTube, and you can take us on the go with Spotify. So, and we're going to be coming to more platforms soon. So if you guys find us on YouTube and you listen on a certain platform, let us know and we'll make sure we get on there for you and that you can take us on the go. Also, make sure you connect to us on social media at Blazin Takes Pod. And we're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, we're everywhere. Find us there, and you can find more content there, as well as interact with us and let us know what you want to see or what blazing hot takes you guys have. And make sure to share us with your friends as well. If we say a take about, your friend's favorite player or your friend's favorite team, send it over there and see what he thinks about it, and we can get a whole big discussion going on. I just posted TikTok before this episode about my take on Daniel Jones versus Russell Wilson, and I got somebody to respond, and he was very pro Wilson, and I got a little debate going. So come join the fun. If you want to come roast me or Nick for our picks, I mean, we would love to hear it. So get at us there, and we got some good topics for y'all today. A lot of different sports going on right now. Of course, we got some college football talk. We're gonna make our MLB postseason picks for the AL and NLCS and the World Series. So stay tuned for that, as well as we are going to be doing our weekly segment of stars, somebody you're pleasantly surprised of, and a bum who was just unpleasantly surprising. It's just bad. And we're going to also give you our locks and upsets of the week. So stay tuned for all that, guys. We have a lot of good content coming to you right now. And, man, the NFL was crazy. I just want to start and just mention a couple things with the NFL this past week.
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to get straight into the college football. So if you guys are big college football fans, you want to hear what we got to say about some of these college football teams, stay tuned. But I got to say a couple things here, man. First off, there might be a quarterback controversy brewing, and you might not think I'm talking about who I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
bro.
Hey, I don't know, man.
Zappy some
you
love.
got to ride the hot hand. Also,
I agree.
Do you agree with that? I want to see what you thought about that.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, but I believe they're probably going to go with Mac Jones just because he was the starter. I think they will, but hey, I know some Patriots fans that want them to stay with Zappi. But also, this is a devastating news I just saw today. I mean, this is devastating, man. This is probably might be some of the worst news I've heard in the entire NFL season. And Carson Wentz will be out 4 to 6 weeks, man. It's just a tragedy, man. It's a tragedy, man. I hate to see it, man.
Hey, Sam's boy Taylor Heineke be taking.
They should put Sam Howell in, bro. Why not, man? Don't put Heineke in there. Also in the news today, some big news happening today with the Cardinals. They get Robbie Anderson, and also, they lose Marquise Brown for 6 weeks. They get Robbie Anderson in a trade for a 6th and 7th round pick, and D-Hop is coming off the list and will be added to the 53-man roster. And me, as a D-Hop fantasy owner, I'm stoked about it.
I bet, bro.
And NFL was crazy. We'll talk about some of our picks from upsets and locks from last week. Let's just say for one of us it didn't go too well, and one of us it went really well. So it was a great week. My team got a win. His team got a win. The Vikings. My team, the Steelers. So we're loving it. We're gonna get to some NFL later though. So stay tuned if you want to hear more of our takes on this past weekend. And we will also look forward to Week 7 as you guys are also getting ready for Week 7. But first, actually, before I forget, Our buddy Sam Wildman, Browns fan, as you know. If you didn't know, you know. If you don't know who Sam Wildman is, you got to watch episode 1. But he will be on the podcast soon. If you're watching, Sam, give us
absolute
not next
legend.
week. We have somebody lined up for next week, but after that, Sam, it's your time to shine, bro. So start thinking about your picks, or just any kind of takes. And I know you're gonna bring some. But anyway, we would be remiss if we didn't mention our buddy Sam. He had the walk of shame this past weekend. Now, Sam, Browns fan. Speaking of the Patriots, Zappy went crazy on them, and the run game, of course. The run game was, and Sam, he documented this on Snapchat, which I love. You know, I love fans who will document the wins and also document the losses. It's a sign of good sportsmanship, and I respect it a lot. And he took a video of walking out of the stadium with all the fans, the walk of shame. We've all been there, I think. At least I have.
Yeah, we feel you, Sam.
I've been there.
Absolutely, bro.
I was at a Steelers game, got beat by the Bengals in Pittsburgh. Nothing worse than that. So I've also had the walk of shame. I've also seen the Boston Celtics play the Indiana Pacers twice and lose somehow. And last year they got blown out by them, and they were one of the worst teams in the league. So a walk of shame is nothing new to me, but you gotta love it when it's a Browns and it's Sam. So Sam, sorry about your walk of shame, man. But hey, Deshaun Watson will be back soon, so you got that to look forward to, I guess. And he's got a new accuser as well. We're not going to get into that. That's old news. Really, who hasn't talked about it? But anyway, as promised, college football. Also a crazy week. Alabama, Texas, craziness. USC, Utah, craziness. TCU, Oklahoma State, craziness. Notre Dame. Nick, you were at the Notre Dame game. Real quick before we get into all these teams, what happened, man?
Dude, play calling, Nick. Play calling was absolutely terrible, bro. Bro, I swear our offensive playbook is an index card. Dude, we probably ran the same 5 plays all game. And the stadium was quiet. Our offense is predictable. It was an ugly game, man. They're probably one of the worst football games I ever went to.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I got to ask, how different was the atmosphere because you went to the North Carolina game last year?
Yeah.
And that was a blowout, right?
Yeah,
or a high-scoring
about 2 touchdowns.
Shootout. Yeah, you guys won. There was no in doubt though. You guys kind of controlled that game, I believe, if I remember right. So yeah, is that a night and day difference there between the atmosphere?
It's a huge night and day difference, man. You know, it was just pathetic to watch this team play, bro.
Well, and there's a correlation between the way that their offense is playing and the atmosphere. You know, it's hard to keep a good atmosphere when your offense is so bad. So it all starts there, and the atmosphere and the home advantage will come. So anyway,
you're right, man.
Yeah. My team Ohio State had a bye, so I was chilling and watching all the good games. But which gave me a chance to watch a lot of teams here and to kind of hone my opinion on a lot of teams, and Nick has done the same. So we have a new segment for you guys, and this is nothing that hasn't ever been done, but it's a new segment for us, and we are excited to bring it to you. And we're going to be rating. Now, we're not talking about 1 out of 10. We're not talking about anything like that. We're talking about simply is this team overrated, underrated, or perfectly or properly rated? Now, I'm going to ask Nick some teams, and he's going to ask me some teams, and we're going to have a chance to debate if we disagree on anything that is said. So should make for some good debate here, and if you guys disagree with anything we say, please come at us. So, Nick, do you want me to give you your first team, or you want to start it off, man?
I'll start off with you, my man.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Nick. The Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee. Well, obviously, you got to think highly of them. They just beat Alabama, and that hasn't been done since 2006. So props due where it's due, of course. I think that they are properly rated.
Okay.
I'm not going to say they're overrated because they've been battle tested and they've shown it. And I'm not going to say they're underrated because they're number 3 in the nation. You're not underrated at number 3 in the nation. Like, do
Right.
I think that they're better than Ohio State and Georgia? I don't know. I think Georgia and Tennessee is going to be an interesting game. I think Georgia's defense is
Oh
better.
yeah.
Is going to
Hmm.
not allow them to put up 52, obviously. So
Yeah.
I think I think they're probably rated. I can't say for certain that they're better than Ohio State or Georgia, but we'll see. So yeah, I think they're probably rated. Although I will say the quarterback. Okay, yes, he's good. He's good, but
Absolutely.
there was a if they lost that game, it was going to be on him. I know they gave a lot of points. Some of the turnovers, and maybe it wasn't all on him, but he had some chances where he sailed some balls. Like, even though they completed and they scored a lot, I know, but dude, there were some guys running free and he missed them. But
Yeah, he
still,
did.
he had a
Right.
good game. He had a good game. And it's Alabama, so margin of error. I'm not blaming him at all, but I'm just saying if they would have lost, if I had to blame somebody, I would have gone to him. So
That's
anyway,
fair.
that's all I want to say.
Hell yeah.
So Tennessee properly rated. Let's get another big hitter out of here, man. Ohio State. What do you think, man? I already kind of know this.
Dude, I think they're overrated.
That's fair.
Man. Their schedule, they didn't play anybody yet. That's really made me feel like that they're legit, but I just want to see how they would do when they play like a real team like Tennessee, Georgia. I guess you could throw out Bama, Clemson even, but I don't know, man. Their defense is shaky to me. The offense I'm not worried about, bro. Stroud's playing. He's balling out. Some of these receivers are stepping up for him, man, that I didn't think
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison really stepped up. There's another guy. You're the Ohio State fan, man. There's another guy.
Mayan
I never
Williams.
even
Ibuka, number 2.
Ibuka. Yeah, dude. It's just, I'm just worried about their defense, Nick. When they play
Me
like
too.
a team that's like a high-powered offense, I would be curious to see how they would look. Like against Tennessee's offense, I'd be curious to see how they would match up. So I think they're a smidge overrated, but I'd say they're a top 5 team, but more towards like the 4 or 5 range.
Sure. I see why you say that. I mean, they haven't been completely tested yet. We'll see. At Penn State will be somewhat of a test, I'm sure. And then, of course, Michigan. But, no. I understand that the defense is, they're going to have to win. If some of these games, they would maybe have to win by shootout, which I think they have the capability to, but obviously it's not an easy way to win, so.
Right. Man, I hate Ohio State, but like I'm not gonna be sitting here being like, yeah, of course I do think they're overrated, but like they're a top 5 team, man. I'm not gonna be like, dude, they shouldn't be the top 25.
Which,
it's like
I mean,
fair. They're a solid team, man. Don't get me wrong.
All right.
So, all right, man. Nick, give me your input on Clemson. What do you think of them, bro?
Clemson, I'm gonna say they're a little bit overrated, okay?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm not impressed with any of their wins.
Okay.
And they very well could have lost to Wake Forest and to Florida State now. And I don't think those are teams that should be competing with the Clemson. This is not the Clemson that we're used to seeing back when they were in the playoff every year. Like they didn't really have close games in the ACC because the ACC, let's be honest, it's not a good conference, okay? I think everybody would agree that SEC, Big Ten are head and shoulders above the ACC in terms of at least top end talent, and if not depth. You could argue some of the depth of the ACC with Big Ten this year. The Big Ten's other teams are down this year. There's probably about 3 good teams, but still they have 2 teams that are right there, and Penn State's, so they're a better conference. And I don't know, they're struggling a little bit for me. I'm not saying that they should be, out of the top 10, but I think they're a little bit overrated, and I think their time is going to come where they are going to take a loss because they're playing it really close, a lot of these games that they should be winning. So maybe Notre Dame. I don't know. Maybe Notre Dame is a team that if they had a good night and the defense is playing well and they could shut down what Clemson's doing on offense, and that they get a couple big splash plays out of nowhere, it could happen.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm not that confident in that quarterback, Uyunglele from Clemson. So I'm going to say smidge overrated.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you. Okay.
All right. Now, the team that's ranked right under them, or ahead of them, I guess you could say, Michigan. What do you think?
I think they're properly rated, man. Just because of the fact of they have a strong running game, man. They have a really strong running game. And it's interesting, man, because I'm really excited when they face Ohio State because I want to see how Ohio State does against that run game they have of Michigan's, dude. Because, Ohio State's kryptonite is their defense right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how Michigan's offense does against Ohio State's defense. But I think Michigan's probably ready. Like, their quarterback's a little, I'm a little hesitant on. Like, the passing game's not the best. But they have a solid defense like Michigan always seems to have. Their running games is so strong, bro. So, and they played well to me against Penn State, bro. Penn State might be a little bit on the more overrated side, but they look solid, man, against Penn State. So, I think they're probably rated.
Oh, I agree. They've looked good so far. I think they are a little one dimensional. If you stop that run game,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. This is what's real quick. I just want to say because I've been thinking about this game. Obviously, as an Ohio State fan, I don't want to be biased here. I think this is what it's going to come down to, though. Honestly, it's going to come down to if Ohio State can come out of the gates and if they can capture like a 2-score lead quickly, like they've done in games. If Michigan starts a little slow, then Michigan can't lean on that run game like they're used to being able to do.
No.
And I think that's going to change it. Whereas if it's a game like last year where it's just close in the first half, but Michigan can still keep the run game going, then that's where I think that's going to be where it could be Michigan's game. It's all going to, I believe it's going to come down to that. So I also agree that they're properly rated. I don't think they should be any lower or higher. I like where they are.
Yeah. Like and 4 or 5 is like perfect for them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Nick, Oregon. What'd you feel on
Oregon? I'm going to say Oregon is actually I'm going to say they're properly rated at 10 right now.
Okay.
They had the hiccup, of course, at Georgia, but they've rebounded well, and they have shown an ability to, just win games. I mean, they keep winning. They've 5 games since. So some teams you lose that first game, things can go very awry quickly in the fashion that they lost. So I'm going to give them credit. I'm going to say they should be right around that 10 slot. We will see. They're a one-loss team, obviously, and we'll see what happens. But it's close. It's close. The Pac-12 is very close right now with UCLA, Utah, and USC. So, and
Absolutely.
I think all those teams are right there in the rankings, which I kind of feel like they should be. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say probably rated for Oregon.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
So
yeah.
Speaking of those teams, then, what do you think about USC?
I think USC is overrated, man. And watching that Utah game, Utah's good at home, but USC's defense scares me. At the beginning of the year, I thought USC was a playoff team. I thought this team is definitely a top 4 team with Caleb Williams being there, Addison coming in, the running back from Oregon coming in. I'm like, this team's a top 4 team. Yeah, die. But just watching them play against Utah, man, just made me think this team can't compete with like Ohio State, the Georgias, the Tennessee, the Bamas, man. I just don't. Their offense would be okay, but their defense is not very good, man. And Lincoln Riley's an offensive-minded coach, so I kind of had a feeling that their defense wasn't going to be too good.
Well, that's what it was at Oklahoma. It's the same thing as when he was at Oklahoma.
Exactly. You're right, bro. And it's kind of leading down to USC now. So I think
they're going to be in the mix, but they can lose a game that they probably shouldn't because of their defense.
Yeah. And Caleb Williams, man, he's not playing as well as I thought he would. So I don't know, man. I think they're ranked a little too high. What would you say? Too high? Too low? What would you say?
Yeah, too high. Yeah,
too high. Yeah, okay.
They're overrated.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Nick. I'm trying to think. How about Cincinnati, bro?
Cincinnati. I think they're. I'm gonna say they're a smidge underrated. Now,
whoa, hot take! I love it, bro.
The only reason I'm saying that is because first game was Arkansas on the road, and they're not a great road team. I will say they're not a good road team, but some of these teams that they have ahead of them. I mean, come on, we got Illinois ahead of them. I mean, come on, like I think if you're looking at Kansas State ahead of them, UK. I mean, I know UK has some wins, but like they've fallen off here. So I think a smidge underrated. I wouldn't say much. They're at 21. I'd like to see them maybe at 18.
Okay.
I'm picking hairs here, but I'm going underrated.
All right, bro. Okay.
Now, got another team here. Very interesting. TCU.
Oh, dude, they're underrated, man. This team's underrated, bro.
Ooh, really? Okay.
Bro, when you watch this team, they're so fun to watch. They're so fast. They're so athletic. They're physical. You know, they're just they're quick on both sides of the ball, bro. Defense, they're everywhere, making good tackles, making plays. Offense, dude, they're so fun to watch. I feel like they could compete with some of these bigger schools. I really think so, man. It might be a hot take, but I don't know if they could beat them, like the Georgias, the top, OSU, Tennessee, top 4 teams, but I think they could compete with them and make it a game. So I think that, you could put them at 5, 6 in that range, man, and I'd be content with it because they're a solid team.
All right. I respect that. I know they got that one wide receiver I really like, but I like that. I like that. I'd probably say the same for them.
Yeah, dude, they're just, I'm keeping it on my radar a little bit now. So, Nick, the Syracuse Orange, undefeated. How do you feel about
Syracuse? Well, they're undefeated, so obviously the committee is giving them their fair due as giving them a ranking because, you're Syracuse at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say properly rated. The game against Clemson this coming Saturday, I believe, noon game, going to be interesting. It's at Clemson, but that could be an upset alert. But here's all you need to know. Clemson's favored by 13.5. So what does that say? Vegas thinks that Syracuse is overrated. But I'm going to say properly rated because they just beat NC State by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And, they haven't lost. A couple close games here, but they beat Purdue. They blew out Wagner. It's Wagner. And the close game with Virginia, at home, you don't like to see that. But I think, if you're at 14, you're not a perfect team. So I'm going to say that's properly rated.
That's why I would put them too. Yep.
All right. I forgot we didn't ask this team. Georgia. What do you got? The number 1 team in the nation. They can't be underrated, can they? Are they? Man.
Georgia, to me, I think is properly rated.
Okay.
They should be the number 1 team to me. Now, I've had ups and downs. So then there's some weeks where I thought they were perhaps a little overrated. That little stretch against Kent State and then Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. That defense seems like they've kind of got it clicking again. And Stetson Bennett, he's been playing just solid. So, I think they should be the number 1 team right now. I think it should be Georgia. So I think they're properly rated, bro.
Okay.
But now, ask me again after Tennessee, and we'll see what happens after that, man.
Right. Yeah, that's what it's all going to come down. That game is going to be massive.
Bro, I think it's at Georgia.
Tennessee wins that, then Tennessee's number 1, bro.
They're the real deal, man.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless Tennessee loses before then, but obviously, we're assuming that doesn't happen.
I'm trying to remember when they play each other. It's in 2 or 3 weeks, I thought. So
hold that thought for 1 second, bro.
Okay. I thought it was early November.
I believe it is. It is November 5th.
Yeah.
So we've got
2
Georgia
weeks?
Plays 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Georgia's off this next week, and then they play Florida, and then they play Tennessee. So
Georgia's not play Florida yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, man.
That's in Georgia, though. And Tennessee game is also in Georgia, so Tennessee will now have to do it on the road against a good team. They did it at home against a good team. Let's see if they can do it on the road.
Absolutely.
Very different, but we will see.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
All right. We
Nick.
got a few more left here.
Yeah. I'll throw one more team at you. I'm curious to hear what you say about this team. The Illinois Fighting Illini, Nick.
Overrated.
Okay. I think
overrated, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. Let's talk about an overrated team. Okay, it's Big Ten bias, right? That's the only reason they're even here, right? Big Ten bias. Well, let's just look. Okay, 6-1. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, they lost to Indiana. All right.
The bad loss.
Bad loss, of course. And there's no good. Wisconsin's not good. 9-6 against Iowa. You're supposed to be an 18th team. Minnesota, I guess. But I mean, they've played nobody. The Big Ten this year is weak. But they always have one of those teams like a Northwestern or somebody who's going to have a ranking.
Yeah.
Same thing with SEC, like Mississippi State. Like, they might be okay, but let's be real here. Like, they probably shouldn't be ranked, bro.
Yeah.
But, so overrated for me.
Okay. Okay, that's right.
I got one more team to throw at you here. Actually, I have two more teams to throw at you here.
Two more? Oh, shit.
Two more.
Okay.
I'll just ask both of them to you, and you tell me what you think. First one, Bama.
Overrated.
Overrated. Wow.
Overrated.
Is it the penalties? Is it all the penalties they've had?
This team's just not as disciplined. Their defense isn't as stout.
You know what's crazy? Real quick, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I honestly, and I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say I'm a casual when it comes to college football, but I don't keep up with all of the new players coming in and out unless they're national, unless it's my team or teams my team is playing against, or if they're like nationally covered guys. I don't know if I could name you one skill player on Alabama except for that running back Gibbs. I don't know if I could name you like a receiver. They had Jameson Williams, and they had freaking Mechie last year. I don't know if I can name you. Obviously, Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And the list goes on and on about all of the guys they've had. But I couldn't name you one this year.
There's one guy, man. I don't know his name, but like he's solid. But you're right.
Yeah, but you're not like there's not nationally guys. They've had nationally covered like household name guys.
Absolutely.
And I don't see it this year. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just because there's so much shine on Bryce Young that they're like, these receivers are just guys. Yeah. And obviously they're good. But like, I couldn't tell you their names, man.
Bro, I'm right there with you.
I'm with you, man. I think this is a down year for them in terms for their standards. So yeah, I agree with you. They're overrated.
Yeah.
And then the last team I'm going to ask you here, another team in the Pac-12, we have UCLA ranked at, what are they ranked at? Hold on, man.
Are they top 10?
But UCLA, I was about to say, I think they're top 10.
They're top 10
and now my Wi-Fi wants to not work. Here we go. They're 9th. I was about to say they have to be over Oregon because they're undefeated.
Oh, dude,
but yeah, they're 9.
They're overrated to me, man. I just think if you had them play against like some of those teams are in the top 10 there, like TCU, I think TCU would blow them out, man.
Okay, all right, that's a hot take, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could agree with that, but that's a hot take.
I really think so, man. I mean, if they even play like Michigan and Clemson, dude, I think Michigan and Clemson would take care of them okay. Like Chip Kelly, he's building something special there again, at UCLA, and I like what he's doing, but I don't like UCLA they just haven't had that game yet where I'm like, yeah, these guys are legit. Not yet anyway.
That's fair.
But if they beat USC, if they beat USC, bro, I'll be like, okay, I'll give them my.
Yeah.
I'll give them my.
What about this weekend? They play at Oregon.
Game day will be there. So,
do you think if they go in there and take care of business against Oregon? I mean,
yeah, let's talk about it.
I mean, you got to think Oregon's at least as good as USC right now.
Absolutely, so. Yeah. It's on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. We'll keep an eye on that game.
Yeah,
and we will see. But
what time they play?
That's a 3:30.
Okay.
So there's some good games next week.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how the night games are, but the morning games, we got that Clemson, Syracuse, and we got the UCLA, Oregon. Big games in big moments. So
absolutely, bro.
That's what we got for overrated. Somebody else who's overrated. Aaron Judge? No, I'm just kidding. He has had an interesting, to say the least, playoffs so far. But
yes,
as we want to get into it here, we haven't talked about MLB yet on this channel, and we wanted to make it to a point to show fairness, obviously, to all sports.
Yep.
And my co-host Nick here happens to be a lifelong big MLB fan. I am just getting into it, but I know enough to provide some analysis, I think. But if I say anything wrong, he'll correct me because he knows what he's talking about. And we are going to give you guys, as in we're in the thick of it here. We're going to give you guys our predictions here. Now, we were supposed to be doing this. The Yankees and Guardians was supposed to wrap up about a couple hours ago. And, New York, as shitty as it is, rains, cancels it tomorrow, 4 p.m. So we're going to, instead of, we thought, we have our 4 teams here.
Yeah.
We can predict what each series, but Instead, we're going to predict that game tomorrow, which you guys will already when this is uploaded. Maybe I'll try to upload it. We're recording this on Monday.
Yeah.
I will try to maybe upload it on Tuesday right before, but at that point, if you see it already, I mean, it's happening. But we're going to write in who we think, and then we're going to see this. So if you're watching this on our regularly Thursday posted episodes, you already know what happens. But for the sake of us making predictions here, we're going to use that. So without further ado, let's just pick that game real quick. What team are you taking to go on and play the Astros?
Bro, give me the underdog. Give me the Guardians.
Guardians?
I'm just going with my gut, man. Yankees have, of course, their home, and it's in New York. It's tough to play there in October, but dude, just give me the Guardians. I think they're gonna go there and shock all MLB fans and go play and play in Houston, man. How about you?
So I'm going with the Guardians too.
Yeah,
maybe it's my bias getting in there just because I
same.
want to see the Yankees lose, man.
Same.
But they got a gritty team, man, and they get on base.
Yeah, they do.
They just get on base.
They do.
Like they get on base. They hit singles. They don't do anything crazy, but it gets the job done, bro.
Yep.
And I think the thing is, what's gonna come down to the Yankees are such a I feel like they're a higher. One game they might play great, the next game they're a little bit more inconsistent. So I'm gonna go with the consistency of the Guardians to win.
Plus, bro, the Guardians bullpen's a lot better than the Yankees bullpen. Dude, the Guardians bullpen, their ERA is like 1.15, whereas the Yankees is 3.55. So if you can go in the bullpen and it's a tie game or the Guardians winning by a run or two, dude, I think that just screams Guardians are going to move on, in my opinion, man.
Yeah.
So we'll see, Nick.
Well, hey, we're going to look really stupid if the Yankees win and we're sitting here.
Fuck yeah, we will. But what's the show called?
Blazin takes
yes,
for a reason.
Go, bro.
So anyway, so let's go on to the other side here. Yeah. The NL, man. Who do you got winning the series between the Padres and the Phillies?
Dude, Nick,
and in how many games?
I spent all day thinking about this. This is such a hard pick because both teams are playing so well at the right time, man. I like both these teams, but I'm going to go with the San Diego Padres in 7 games. Why? I really can't give you a valid reason because both teams all around, pitching, hitting, everything is just clicking. So it's like, bro, I just think with the Padres, maybe because they have home field advantage, I'm just giving them a little bit of the edge, man. So I'm just going to go with my gut, and I'm rooting for the Padres too. I'm not going to lie. So I might as well go with the Padres in 7 games, man.
Okay.
How about you?
I like the pick. So I'm going with the Phillies in 7.
Oh.
Now, maybe it's just because I'm a Reds fan and I just love Castellanos and I want to see this man prosper. Yeah. But, I mean, dude, they got the firepower, obviously. Mm-hmm. They got Bryce Harper, Castellanos. They got guys. And like you said, both teams are clicking at the right time.
Yep.
And I think the Padres should be favored, but I think, hey, Philly is an underdog city, and usually when Philly teams get hot, they stay hot. Mm-hmm. So, like, thinking back to even the football team, the Eagles, in that run, I don't know. Something feels a little similar to me where people don't really give them a chance for whatever reason, and that they outperform. So, I think they get it done in 7 games.
I like it.
So, you got Padres, I got Phillies, but who do you have on the other side from the AL, and in how many games?
All right, I got to put bias aside, man. It can only go so far for so long. I got to go with the Houston Astros. Alvarez, man, jeez. Yordan Alvarez is a dog, dude. And the word of Sam Wildman, that guy's a dog, man. But man, they're such a high power offense. Their pitching is solid. I can't see the Guardians or even the Yankees, man, going on after this 5-game series going on in Houston and beating them in 7 games. So I gotta go with the Houston Astros.
I agree, man. I think the Astros. Oh, how many games do you think?
I got them in 6.
In 6?
Yeah.
I also have them in 6.
Yeah.
I think since they've had a little bit of a longer rest, and whoever wins this game 5 is gonna be coming off. I think you could see the Astros maybe get down 2-1, but then everything's they might win 3 straight, just like that. Boom, win 6. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So
I wouldn't be either.
I also think the Astros will meet. So, World Series prediction. Predict it right now. You got Astros and Padres.
Yeah.
Who is coming away with it?
Nick, what's the show called?
Blazin Takes.
Bro, I got the San Diego Padres beating the Astros in 7 games, bro. 7 games. Now, the reason why I say that because it's just funny because, dude, can you just imagine the Astros going back to the World Series and losing again? Bro, like, come on.
It'd be hilarious.
It's 7 games again. That's the reason why I'm picking the Padres. To me, that'd be so funny. So I'm going with the Padres in 7 games just for the humor of it, man. And I like this Padres team, man. They went all in, like kind of like the Rams did. They went all in.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna try to win the whole thing, dude. They beat out the Dodgers. So I was like, dude, let's go. I'm gonna take the Padres.
I mean, hey, I respect that a lot.
You going with the Astros?
I'm going with the Phillies, bro, in 7.
Let's go.
I'm going with the Phillies in 7, bro.
Yeah.
Astros are just some chokers if they can't cheat, honestly. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I just think the momentum, bro.
Yeah.
I think the momentum is just carrying. And if the if I I feel the same way if it was the Padres or Phillies, whoever makes it out of there, I don't know. I just think that they're going to ride that momentum, dude, of just not that underdog mentality. Nobody thought they would be there. I think they can keep riding it, dude, and I think that they can pull it off too, man. Yeah. And Philly's a tough place to play.
Yes.
So Houston.
Yes. You took the words out of my mouth, man. I think Phillies have the best home field advantage, bro. I would not want to go to Philadelphia and play the Phillies right now, dude.
And that's the only reason I picked them. And that's why I think they can steal a couple games against the Padres and still go and win on the road in Game 7. I still think they can do it. But if they didn't have that home atmosphere, that I don't know. I don't know if I could say that they would win that series at all. And definitely not against the Astros. But the atmosphere is nice. They're hitting well. Yeah. And I think they're going to keep riding the train. You know, baseball is a very, momentum matters a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So, I think they're going to keep it going. But very interesting to see. We're going to revisit those picks when it all wraps up. We will mention an episode and see how we do. Who knows, man? Bro. Watch the Yankees win it all, or some team we didn't even pick them to win tomorrow, and watch them go win it all, and our whole bracket looks stupid.
If the Yankees win it all, bro. I'm not talking about baseball ever again on this show, man.
Man, we will have cursed it.
So frustrating.
We will have cursed it, bro. Yeah, but as we flip back into football, now we're gonna go to the American side of or not American side of things. We're talking the professional side of things. I'm sorry. Crazy week of football, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's highlight a couple guys one for a good reason, one for a bad reason. Yep. We got our weekly. If you don't know it by now, you should. And if you don't, just keep watching. You'll figure it out. It's a simple concept, but it lets us shout out players that probably won't get shout-outs regardless, for these reasons at least. But we have a star and a bum, somebody who very much outperformed themselves this past weekend and somebody who laid an egg. Yeah. So, Nick, in honor of this wonderful segment we do every week, why don't you start us off? Let's good news first.
Good news first.
Who is your star? Who pleasantly surprised you this past
Nick,
week?
This is going to shock you, man. This is going to shock you, okay? Marcus Mariota pleasantly surprised me. Now, let me explain why. He completed his first 13 passes, dude. He went 13 for 13 starting off in the game. He ended the game 13 for 14. It's pretty damn good still, bro. Okay? Threw 2 touchdown passes, one to your boy Kyle Pitts, okay? Also, bro, he had 6 rushes for 50 yards and a touchdown with that. And he beat the 49ers. The 49ers defense is elite, bro. I think Marcus Mariota deserving to be a pleasantly surprise for me, man. So, yeah, he's my pick.
Okay. I like that pick, man. I didn't notice he had the stats like that. I know they won, but I thought, I didn't watch that game.
Yeah. No turnovers, no
that's
picks,
impressive,
nothing, bro. Yeah, he had a solid game.
Love it. Nice game manager. Yep. He's getting it done with the Falcons 3-3, so got to give it to him. Yep. So,
who's yours?
My star pleasantly surprised. Definitely was pleasantly surprised by this guy from my own team. We're going to go with the Notre Dame man himself, Chase Claypool. Now, dude had 7 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. And I think the stat was, I'm trying to think how many, at least like 4 of those catches were on third downs for a first down or some. Yeah, I think it was that. I know he had at least 2 catches on third and long that he completed. But most of his catches ended up in first downs. He was doing it after the catch. He was getting those extra yards. He was given a good option for both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Really, both quarterbacks found chemistry with him, I think. So pleasantly surprised by that performance by him. He hasn't done anything close to that all year, and he goes out there and catches 7 balls for 96 yards. So, and a touchdown. Yeah. The first wide receiver touchdown from the Steelers this entire year so far, believe it or not. Took 6 weeks, but that is the first wide receiver to catch a touchdown in the Steelers team this year. None for Deontay, none for Pickens, none for anybody else. Claypool's the first one. It's all been either Freiermuth or Najee or quarterback sneaks or 2 Pickett touchdown runs and defensive touchdowns. And, yeah, crazy enough, but
dude,
yeah. So Claypool snaps the streak.
That I did not know, Nick. That blows my mind, bro.
Usually only Steelers fans knew that stat, so we were all just waiting for when a wide receiver was finally going to catch a touchdown, and it was Claypool. So it only took 6 weeks, but we got it done, baby.
Fuck, man. Wow.
You're over here with the Vikings spoiled, man. You got Justin Jefferson and freaking Thielen and Osborne. Yeah, of course you guys are catching touchdowns with your receivers. But man, we had to, we got it done now. So hopefully it keeps things going, and we can get Pickens his first NFL touchdown.
Yeah, he needs one.
Let's get Deontay on the board.
Sir.
Yes, sir. As a fan, that's what I'm looking for. But as we go to the other side of it, sorry, malfunction. There we go. As we go to the other side of it here, man, a bum of this week, somebody who unpleasantly surprised you, man. Who you got?
I got 2, bro. And I think this is not a shock. Okay, it's really not. This is not going to blow anybody away. But Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, simple as that. Neither of them, both of them are just struggling this year, man. Especially Aaron Rodgers, but like even Tom Brady's struggling a lot, man. But I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers, especially, to get the way he got beat at Lambeau against the Jets. Granted, dude, Jets gained my respect, dude. I think they're
4-2 now, right? Aren't they like
4-2?
Dude,
they could possibly have the offensive and defensive rookies of the year, bro. With Sauce Gardner,
I think they will,
and Breece Hall. Yes. So now I still feel like it should have been a closer game at least, but Rodgers looks so bad, man. He looks out of sync. I don't know. Part of it's too to the receivers, of course, but Tom Brady, I thought for sure they're going to at least go to Pittsburgh. I think you did too, Nick, and pull out the W there. But dude, no, they were just bums, man. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not. They did not look good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a fair assessment of it, man. Brady, I don't know how we did that, but we did.
I'm happy you guys did.
And Rodgers, Rodgers was kind of showing kind of what we've seen so far. So, I also went with a quarterback that is neither of those, though. And maybe this is unfair, but I went with Cooper Rush. 18 for 38, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 32 QBR. Again, his whole thing was, he takes care of the ball. He's not going to lose you a game. He may not win you a game, but he's not going to lose you a game. And I feel like he lost in that game. They only lost by 9, and him throwing 3 picks definitely doesn't help. So I'm going to put him as the bum of the week. And he might have just –
wow.
I mean, they're saying Dak is going to start on Sunday. So I think he for sure lost his job as starting quarterback of the Cowboys. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But if he would have beat the undefeated Eagles, there would be a really strong debate, I think. But now it's back up for Cooper Rush. And maybe, again, this is why I say it might be unfair of me because he is a backup. But I thought he would be a better quarterback than that. But again, it's Blazin takes.
Bro, you're right, man. Philly's is a tough environment, man. And their defense is, elite. So, but I see where you're coming from, bro.
I just
I see where you're coming from.
You gotta take care of the ball, bro. You can't give them the ball. So, and before we head out of here, though, let's give a lock and upset of the week as well for
Oh,
somebody to go ahead and take with them for the weekend if you're betting or whatever. And if you were betting last week, you should have listened to me because I went 2-0. I told you the lock of the week was the Rams. They won and covered. And I told you the upset of the week would be the Steelers.
Yep.
And they won.
Maybe you should just do it this week, Nick.
So,
Maybe you should.
And Nick, his picks were the Buccaneers was his lock. So, and you picked the Dolphins upset, which against your Vikings, and it didn't happen. Again, it was a little closer early, but didn't really end up being close. So, but hey, this is your bounce back week. You know, maybe you flip the tide here, you go 2-0. So first, let's get with the locks here. So my lock.
What's your lock?
Oh, I forgot to write it down, I think. So go ahead. You got
my
your
lock?
lock.
Okay. All right, man. This team's let me down, but I'm going to keep riding on this team. You know, I'm picking the Buccaneers over the Panthers. Okay?
Wow.
I am. I think I said this last week. I'm just going to keep saying it until it happens, bro. I cannot see Tom Brady going to Charlotte and losing to a 1-5 Panthers team. I just can't see it happening, man. You know, there's just like how? How can Tom Brady – how can he lose to a team that's just so, you know, just so – it's so messy over there in Charlotte, man. So I got the Bucks.
It's a mess there, and Brady, they need to win in a bad way, and they're playing another bad team. It is a way.
And that's the only thing. And Brady's good against, besides the Saints, but like Brady's good against the Panthers and the Falcons, man. So I feel like that's a good lock for me.
Yeah.
So I'm comfortable with picking the Bucks.
I agree. That is I think that's a lock too, and it's not who I picked, but that would probably be number 2. Number 1 team I picked, maybe it's just to be different and not pick them because I assumed you would probably pick the Bucks. They look like the most obvious. But I'm going to go with the Raiders. They're at home against the Texans. They need wins.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's be honest. They need wins. They're just getting off their bye week, so you get in rest. You get the time to regroup. Maybe Devontae Adams and Carr figure some things out. I don't know the status of Waller, but I would assume you probably get him back. I haven't seen yet. This is my fault for being a bad analyst here and not checking on that. But with Waller or without Waller, they still should be a lock to win this game. And a get-right game, you're at home too. So
That's a good pick.
I got the Raiders as
That's
my
a good
lock.
pick.
And on the other side of the coin, bro, upset. There's a lot of candidates this week, man.
This
Who do
was
you got?
tough, man. I've been picking this team a lot this year, bro, and I don't know what my records of picking this team, but I'm almost going to go with them again, man. But I'm just going to go with the Seahawks on the road over the Chargers. Why?
Ooh,
I have no idea, man. That one just jumped out at me the most, bro. My gut was just telling me go with the Seahawks because Chargers haven't been that good the last couple of weeks, man. So I can see
they got the win tonight.
It was an ugly win, but I can see the Seahawks going on the road and winning by like a field goal or something, bro, in LA. So
I won't be surprised at all if they win. I mean, it'll be an upset, but they have been upset material
all year long, bro.
So them and the Jets have been the same way. So I'm gonna go with a team that, and maybe this is a really, I mean, it's an upset, but again, I'm not really confident in this because it's an upset. I'm gonna go with the Bears at Patriots Monday Night Football. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think Belichick probably is going to shut down Fields, but I think it could be an ugly, ugly game. And I'm trusting Chicago's defense and special teams to make something happen and to win an ugly one. And Fields and the running game do just enough to get the win and pull it off. So we'll see, man. I didn't do good. I did good last week. I don't know if I feel as confident with this one, but hey,
bro,
it's an upset for a reason. 7.5 New England is favored by. I mean, I think this will be a close, ugly game. Even if the Bears lose, I think this will be a close, ugly game. So I'm gonna go. Even if the Bucks, or even if the Bears don't win, I think they'll cover. But I think they can pull it off. So that's what I got. Upset. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be 4-0 in the last 2 weeks, but I highly doubt it. I'm just hoping to be like 3-1 maybe. Let me go 1 for 1.
Okay.
So,
bro, why is that Monday Night Football? You know,
I don't know.
No disrespect.
Everybody has to play a Monday night game, or at least for the most part.
The Bears go from playing a Thursday night primetime game to a Monday night. Like, come on, who wants to watch the Bears, bro? Come on.
They got well. Their reasoning is because I think every team gets Thursday night and a Monday night, if I'm not mistaken, or at least most teams get a
Bro.
Monday. Most team, I know every team plays on Thursday night. Every team definitely plays on Thursday. I don't know if every team. I'm pretty sure most teams play.
We
on
don't
Monday
play
night.
Monday night.
Maybe not every single team.
We don't, but we do got Thursday night.
You guys did.
Oh yeah,
You guys did. The Eagles.
Fuck, you're right, man.
See, I think every team plays Monday night. I'm like 90% sure every team plays. So I think their reasoning is just get them out of the way early. Bro. Get the Bears. Like, their primetime games have got to be done now, and it'll be week 7. They're done. Like, we'll get to the really good games then. Like, what else? We got like next Thursday we have like Cardinals and Saints, but the one after that, Ravens at Buccaneers. Okay, then the Monday night, Bengals at Browns. Like, okay, that's a good game. Packers at Bills is the Sunday night game. Then, like, as the season goes on, we have like, look at this, Eagles at Texans though. Like, you got to get the Texans a Thursday night game. That Monday night game, Ravens at Saints. Like, you got to get the Saints a Monday night. So, like, the Thursday after that, Falcons at Panthers, bro. That's gonna be a dumpster fire. And then Commanders at Eagles on Monday night.
Bro, I'm not
badly. What's this? That's week 10, ladies and gentlemen. Chargers at 49ers on Sunday night could be decent, but if you need to run plans and miss a day, man, it might be that day. I don't know if I see any marquee matchups. Jaguars at Chiefs.
Jeez.
Saints at Steelers. Good. I'll be at the Saints and Steelers game, so I won't miss a thing.
Be in Pittsburgh.
Let's go, man. I'm not gonna miss a thing. Those games are terrible, man.
Jeez.
But yeah, man, this is it's a good time of year. We gotta check in with, and I feel like I say that every episode, but I'm just so excited for the year so far. The NBA is starting tomorrow night. We're gonna be getting some NBA. Stay tuned if you're NBA. We're gonna be getting some NBA topics next week, hopefully with a guest who is very well versed in the NBA.
Sure is.
So, again, get with us on social media and let us know what you want to see, because there's so many sports going on right now. We just kind of want to give a little bit of everything and keep everybody pleased. But if you guys have something that you want to see or want to hear us talk about, please do. Let us know. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please remember to subscribe and like, and you can also comment there. And if you're on Spotify, we also are on YouTube as well, and vice versa. So, we appreciate you guys for always tuning in, and we are going to keep it pushing. This has been episode 7. We're just getting in the hang of this. We got more to come. There's going to be more guests, and we're potentially going to be having some more high-profile guests as well, too, working on some things here. So, guys, got to stay tuned. And you got anything else you want to leave them with, man, before we head out?
No, man. Another good weekend of college football coming up. I'm excited about. Big NFL games going on this weekend, bro. Like you said, man, NBA start this week. Like, it's a great time of year for sports, like you said, bro. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Great time, man. Great time to be a fan. I'm getting ready for going to a lot of games this year, so we'll be giving you guys content from games that we go to and everything, man. It's a great time. So, but yeah, so this has been the Blazin Take podcast, your number one source for hot takes along with sports knowledge, and we are out of here. Peace.